Welcome to the Bigfooty Eagles RDP Episode 7, Smithy's Deaf Cat. We'll discuss the dishonourable loss, Marston's rubber ankle, our threadbare army of players, question our choice of supplements, and the Doc and Coxie have a Twitter off. I am QS, and with me, as always, well, not last week, but he's back this week, Pants Kyle.
Hello.
And before I go to the next person, Kyle,
Yeah.
that was a very spirited hello. I'm going to read something to you. Okay. I can't get enough of watching the Bulldogs. I just want to squeeze Ryan Griffin until our souls become one.
Why are you reading something from your personal diary to me?
It's not my personal
That's
diary.
Clearly Luke Darcy.
It sounds like it. It sounds like your account's
So
been
brave.
hacked. What's the go with that, mate? Did you lose a bet?
Yeah, well, before we picked our team last week to take on the Bulldogs, I had a bet with the Western Bulldogs moderator Igloo that the West Coast Eagles would win.
That
And,
was
of
bad
course,
form.
they didn't win.
Yes.
Bad form, but then we decided to choose our team, and, so...
Ah, you were in for it.
Thanks, Woosha. You fucked me over.
Oh, early Nat Nui. And also the Doc to show you why.
Hello. I have no exciting story.
That's okay. How are you, Doc? Good?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you.
That's good to hear. And Keys?
Hey lads.
All right, then.
Hi, Keith.
And joining us this week, all the way from the deep, dark corner of the world, is Oka, Coxie.
Alright.
Quality.
How are we, guys?
Welcome to your first and last show.
Long time listener, first time caller.
So you're the one listener that we do have.
Yeah, it's a special club.
It is a special club.
It says about his life.
Does that mean we've now had no listeners?
Pretty much.
Technically speaking,
Bad idea.
yes. That's okay. That's okay. No, good to have you on, mate. And
My mum listens.
I'm sure she does, Cole. Now, I just want to kick this off by saying we are trying to mount a spirited campaign to petition the club to bring back the winged Guernseys. We hate the ones that they've got now, bar the winged Guernsey we wear away. The tri-panel sucks, and the white napkin with a big eagle head on it, that sucks too. I'm pretty sure most of you blokes agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
100%.
And Kyle,
Yep.
actually, no, I'll give this to Coxie. Coxie, do you want to tell us exactly what the go is, where you can access it, Twitter and so forth?
Sure. There's a Twitter account at something. What is it?
WCE Wings Jumper.
Yeah.
What's the hashtag,
for
mate?
the hashtag is #Return the Wings.
Get on it.
Not
I
chicken
would
wings.
get on that.
Yeah, get on it, definitely.
Well, we all enjoyed seeing Judd do that, so if he wants to do that again, actually that would be good marketing for it, if we can get Juddy to chicken wing again.
That would be good,
In
wouldn't
the
it?
wings.
Chicken wing in the wings.
Off pointing to the sky and kissing his shirt. Underneath his Carlton shirt, there's a West Coast Guernsey.
Yeah, because he really loved us all along, didn't he?
He did. He busted his groin for us.
Hey, he
one way.
sacrificed
He
himself
became
so that
a-
we could get Josh Kennedy.
Correct.
He
Yeah.
became a real shit player for us.
Good point.
Well, he won a Brownlow and a premiership with us, and what's he done with Carlton? Nothing.
Just a
Well,
brown
won a
one.
Brownlow.
Brownlow.
Besides,
Just a personal achievement.
just a personal achievement, no team achievement. But no, it's a good, worthwhile cause, I think, anyway, from a personal perspective, because I think that you need to have a bit of pride in the Guernsey that you're playing, and it just looks better too. And Coxie obviously understands that, being a footy jumper design bloke.
Yeah. I think anyone with a username Oka clearly gets quality jumpers.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with the Oka jumper.
Apart from the wrong colours, wrong design. It was...
Well, I had an eagle on it.
No, there was nothing wrong with it. It was
Special
just
color.
everything was wrong with it.
We beat up
What-
Freo
what-
blokes in that jumper.
We did.
I like
We'll
that.
always have that memory.
We'll always have that memory. Right, we played the Bulldogs on the weekend, and I think that these game recaps and previews are going to get increasingly shorter as the season grows on. But hey, guess what? We lost, and
No, we didn't.
we did pretty poorly.
I
Actually.
refuse.
Now,
I refuse to acknowledge this slanderous claim.
Slanderless.
I don't know.
That's not a word.
you're going to pick him
Not
up
English.
on. What was
Can you
your
repeat that?
It was an accident.
accusations?
Accusations flying out.
Keys, what happened, mate, on the weekend?
We were shit.
Yeah, fair call.
I don't know. Beyond that, I don't. We probably up until halfway through the second quarter, we were going okay. I think we got out to 3 goals, and we had up until then we'd had some complete moments of stupidity, the odd moment of brilliance, and then it just went to complete and utter crap, and it's hard to explain. I mean, there really wasn't much to get excited about after halfway through that second quarter at all, really, apart from, I don't know, no, I think up until Kennedy chased down Dalhouse.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was their last bit of sunshine for the match, just about. You know, it wasn't long after that, Maston went down with an injury, and we proceeded to find ways to gift them goals. The umpires found some other ways to gift them goals or not take ones off them, like a guy in a tackle dropping the ball on the ground and then soccering it through for a goal. It was just as inevitable as it was just sad to watch. I couldn't even get angry.
Just as bad a game as you're going to watch, and you're right, you can't get angry about it. I wasn't angry after it at all. I was just in pretty much just disbelief at how that's really just how bad our season has gone from where it started to there. There hasn't been a lot in between that would be joyous occasions for us, that's for sure. That was a bad one.
Yeah, I had circus music running around in my head watching some of the play. I mean, the doggies sort of picked up when we fell away, but I mean, early on in the match, they were just as bad as what we were. It was pretty putrid footy. I mean, the younger blokes that we had in there, Lysette had a crack, obviously in some of the lesser lights.
It was a highlight.
I thought he was for a little bit, and then second half he kind of dropped away. How did you rate the younger guys, Coxie?
Oh, Lysette was like really good. He was the white knick-knack, basically.
He was quick, wasn't he?
Racial.
Yeah, shut up. The fend off of Minson, I think it was, on the wing was, I mean, in hindsight, we probably should have just replayed that for 2 hours.
That run down the wing that he actually did where he took a couple of bounces, that just reminded me of Cox in the grand final where he did it and he kicked a goal.
Ooh,
and I was just sort of...
Pie.
I don't remember what grand final you're talking about.
Hey?
I was there at that grand final.
Yeah, you don't remember it. It happened. But that was a great run from Coxie then, and I really thought when Lysette was running down there, I thought, shit, here's a young Cox.
Yeah, there's the willingness to take on the guy, and Cox, he looked like a bloody lamppost, really, didn't he? He wasn't doing much.
Would anyone really worry now if Cox retired at the end of this season? Would it be a big loss now?
I mean, it would be a big loss just because he's a big, fat man, but apart from that...
You would lose a free kick.
Not as big a loss as... Not as big a loss as what you would have thought at the start of the year.
No.
I mean, it was... I mean, Lysette, he's had a handful of games and he's shown little bits, but you were never really sure. I think that was probably one of the few good things to come out of that match is he actually, probably for the first time that I've seen him play, he actually looked like an AFL player and looked like he could belong in a side. There wasn't much else to.
And the great news is that he wants to stick around. So, you know, I was actually one that would consider trading him maybe at the start of the year. I would have put him up for trade if it meant getting a very good draft pick or something. But after I've started, you believe a little bit of hype from the waffle that he is going very well. they're priceless, ruckman like that. They really are priceless, and he's only 20-ish, isn't he? So scary to think how good he could become, because he's better than Cox at the same age.
He is, actually. That's a fair comment, too, I think. Because Cox
that gets thrown around for every young player we get that plays well or doesn't play well.
I think ruckman you have to look at it from a different light, though, because they do start off pretty raw, and I mean he was pretty poor when he's played for us previously, and I mean I myself have said about him, well, he might be someone that we could look to trade because he's obviously not as ready as what Callum Sinclair is, but prove me wrong.
Yeah. Well, then you could sort of go for the extra year, couldn't you, with Sinclair and Cox still playing a limited role, and then wait till 2015 for Lysette to really deliver.
I mean, obviously, I think people judging him harshly after his first 2 years was always harsh, but I think now, especially with ruckman, we kind of look at that Cox bloomed late and Glass bloomed late and Embley bloomed late, and it's basically an excuse for any young player who's playing crap.
Yeah, and I think he'll probably get a couple more games, and
well, I'm for him. He's ahead of both the Cox and Nat Nui at the moment.
Well, I would like to see if Nat Nui does come back before the end of the season, which is possibly unlikely. But if he does come back before the end of the season, I'd like to see them give Cox a rest and keep Lysett in the side, rather than play Cox and Nat Nui together.
I don't see that happening.
In fairness to Cox, I don't think he's not 100% fit, and I don't think he's really been that all season.
He'll never be 100% fit again, though.
Yeah, an off season on Viagra, and he'll be back bigger and harder than ever. So, dad joke.
Dad joke. Out of that game too, our great run with injuries continued. Marston went down with an ankle, and it was kind of funny because it wasn't funny at all, but it was strange because I'd seen the.
I was catching myself.
I'm sure you were. I'd seen the one that happened to Josh Jenkins, the Adelaide game. He did pretty much a similar thing, rolled over the top of his ankle, and I think he might have done a bit more damage than Marston. But it's good to see that Woosh in the press conference said he was only out for about 2 to 3 weeks with a bit of a ligament strain. So it's good to see.
Well, that means 6 to 8.
Well, yeah, it could be, but
he won't play again.
I don't think there's much rush to have him back, but we're running pretty thin with fit players, aren't we?
Well, doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, but what happens if we can't field a side?
I'll play.
Ooh,
Rough Ed in the side.
Tempting.
It's rough.
We are verging on not necessarily having a fit 25 to name.
That's what I was getting at. I mean, is there a duty of care there if we've got 4 or 5 semi-injured players that probably are fit enough to run around, but it's a bit of a risk? Is there then something that has to happen so we can actually put a team out, or is
I think
it just?
Was there a Fremantle a couple of years back? I think they got to somewhere quite like that where they really were naming guys as emergencies who actually probably couldn't play if they had to. Might have been in the last year before Harvey got sick.
Normally.
But yeah, I don't know what happens if you can't play 22 fit players.
Raid the waffle.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's ever happened, but
Tony Knott.
Yeah.
Bring on.
Essendon might find that they might, if some of their players get banned, they might not have 22 players who can be named.
Goddard and what's his name, Zaharakis playing, and they probably
Goddard
still
and
get
Zaharakis and Comer.
Yeah, Comer can be ruck and midfielder. Goddard can play.
Sadly, those 4 could probably still beat us at the moment.
Yeah,
they probably could. Yeah,
Sadly,
probably.
Yes.
But even though that we were getting pretty thin, there was a couple of players obviously suspended, and McGinnity and Embley, which should be okay to play this week. And he also did say that Glass is looking all right. Shepherd pulled up all right. Rosa and even Kerr's a chance.
Anyway,
it's just soreness, wasn't it? He's just coming out and saying the official stuff. So he also said Nat Nui could play towards the end of the season. Now, my question to that, and I'm pretty sure that you guys probably think a similar thing, is why would you do that?
Yeah, I'd be very disappointed if he was to play again this
I think
season.
we touched on this last week. I think it's just
Yeah.
doesn't seem to be much point. Nat Nui.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be so confusing for people listening at home.
Every second word has been Natanui.
Because even when you said Nat Nui's playing this week, people could think you're talking about Adam Selwood.
Could be an in.
Thank you, I'm done.
Where's that hook?
Oh God, that's actually funny.
It was a little bit amusing, but we try not to be too amusing on this podcast. It's completely serious stuff.
This is real life.
Not too much comedy, please.
Come on, guys, lighten up.
People's lives.
Lighten up. What would we need to lighten up? PEDs?
Yes, we need to get back on the 2011 PEDs because the ones we've been on this year have just been shit.
Yeah. Have we got the receipt, you reckon?
Yeah, but I think in all honesty, I mean, there's two things with that. I don't really think there's anything in it. We probably were running some supplements. I very much doubt.
Every club runs.
Very much doubt there was anything untoward with what we've been doing. That said, I would be incredibly disappointed if we were, given that the shitstorm we went through in 2007, 2008. I don't know how we could be anywhere near that stupid to go dabbling with borderline PEDs. So
Absolutely not true. Nothing in it. It's just a jealous little bitch in Herb who's having a little cry.
Well, can I play devil's? Go on, you finish first.
No, I was just going to say, every club has a supplement program in place, and it was Essendon who were the ones that decided, well, they're better than us, so obviously it's drugs, so let's do drugs as well. Because James Hird, if you've got a suspicion of 3 AFL clubs and 3 pretty big AFL clubs might be pushing the rules a little bit, do you A, try and do more than them, or B, do you maybe actually just tell the AFL that you have a suspicion?
Well, it's not surprising that the 3 clubs he named were the 3 clubs on top of the ladder at that point.
yes, and it's also not surprising that the one from the top 4 he didn't name was Geelong, where his mate Bomber Thompson and his mate the Weapon were at.
Yeah, it's
prior to then.
Pretty low hanging fruit, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to name all the top 4 sides except for the one who I know what they were doing.
It's like he's just gone, quick, look over there, a llama.
Well, okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate for the minute.
Okay.
We have a really good 2011 season out of nowhere, where we are fit and strong and we tackle well and we finish 4th. Our 2012 season is pretty similar to that for the most part. Our form dipped slightly due to a lot of injuries, but for the most part we were still pretty fit and pretty strong. All this talk about a fantastic pre-season while our players are getting so fit and strong. The Essendon story breaks, the AFL cracks the nanas about drugs. We turn up about 3 weeks later, considerably less fit, considerably weaker and considerably smaller. Is that a massive coincidence, or have I just put us all through the looking glass here?
What do you think that happens to the human body after not doing it for a couple of weeks? It doesn't just suddenly get skinnier.
Well, it clearly has. Let's be honest.
Oh, Doc, please.
So the 2K...
If I was sitting right next to you right now, I'd slap you in the back of the head. Hit yourself in the head.
I understand you're playing devil's advocate, Doc, and you're probably... I mean, when you say it like that, it sounds... But
look, go on.
Did anyone... I mean, to be honest, I mean, when we came out in 2007, I don't think we looked noticeably bigger in 2011 than we did in 2010.
It's been all mental.
And I don't think I think our body shape has, if anything, since then we've maintained the status quo. Our midfielders haven't got bigger. I don't think we, apart from not having guys getting injured, I don't think we were significantly fitter in 2011, 2012 and this year than what we were in 2010. It's just
No.
we've had 2011. We just didn't get injuries.
Yeah. Oh, look, I agree. I was just winding people
Yes.
up more than anything. I think the reason that we've gotten a bit smaller is I think that's been a conscious decision, and that's the direction that Woosha thought the game was going to go, and he just got it horribly, horribly wrong. But yeah, I'm with you. I was just chucking it out there. Just a bit of discussion. Just
That's
in
all
for a friendly
Mad at
chat.
that you are
Perfect,
now.
perfectly okay, Doc.
Yeah, calm down, Kyle.
Oof. I don't
Fired
know.
up ranger.
I'm steaming.
I bet you are.
Personal attack,
Pants
yellow
used to be
card.
Grumpy.
Yeah, not wrong.
Right,
Oh,
I guess.
Not comfortable up there in Adam Selwood's back, was it?
I was injured.
It's clearly roid rage.
Is
What the f*** did you say?
is Adam Silver going to be back this week then for Gold Coast?
Hopefully not.
Play on. We know the tagger on Gary Ablett. Adam Selwood
Yes.
perfectly
I
so.
think you mean Gary Ablett would be tagging Selwood.
Of course he
Let's
would.
not be-
Show some
Well,
respect.
Yeah, we can hurt. Adam Silver can hurt him going the other way.
Could he? That's a serious question.
Only if Ablett was trying to run past him and tripped over him.
Ah, okay.
Well, he is like a shit log, isn't he? So there's a good chance he's just going to lay in the middle of the field somewhere.
Or he tries to
that
take
hard
a Becky
turtle
on
like
Ablett.
Selby has.
But he's a legend of our club, so Adam Selwood, we salute you.
We do, and I guess that leads us into the Suns game. How does everyone feel about this one? I'm not confident at all.
Win, 100 wins.
How do you
We're not
think?
gonna lose.
How do you think that's going to happen? Their midfield is
What?
absolutely going to destroy ours.
Oh, come on. We are not going to serve up that same shit from the weekend
What? Just
twice in a row. There's
because
got to be a little bit of pride.
what? Because we're playing at home in a jumper that looks shit house, and we've lost 2 out of 9 games there.
Yeah, our
Yes.
home form has been outstanding this season.
That's all right. We won't lose to Gold Coast.
And they've got-
It's not going to happen.
And they've got the best midfielder.
Carlton made them look very average on the weekend.
Is Tom
Carlton
Nichols
destroyed them.
back in for them?
I don't know. I'd like
Good
to know for
question.
my dream team actually, but
Because if Nichols and Thompson are still out, and Kennedy and Cox and Lysette should run rampant.
yeah, but we haven't got the guys on the ground to do any damage. That's the problem. We give it to Pritis and he stands there.
Yeah, but we never have the guys on the ground to do it. We still won 7 games.
We managed to let Jared Grant look like an All-Australian centre-half forward last week, so anything's freaking possible at the
Yeah, but who
moment.
was on him?
Brown?
Don't know.
Was it Brown?
Probably.
Let's just say it was Adam Selwood.
Okay. Damn you, Selwood.
Even when you're not playing, you're upsetting West Coast
Well, we won't
fans.
lose. We won't lose to Gold Coast. We're a better side.
How many points? 9.
No. Oh, I'd say somewhere between 5 or 10 goals. I think
So
That will win by or lose by?
a win by.
indulge me, Kyle. What's going to happen
Yeah.
through the midfield?
Well, we'll probably.
Are we going to tag Ablett, or are you not going to bother?
Well, I would if I was John Worsfold, and I'm not.
Really?
I'd just tell Scooter to
Allegedly.
stick on him the whole game. I know it's a bit of a shock, but I'm not. No, I'd tag him. Let's see Scott Seld from a couple of years ago, where he was, a brilliant tagger, and that's
Better
what we
than
thought he
Crowley.
was going to be.
Yeah.
So-
What about O'Meara then?
Oh, fuck.
No, he's a good young player, but he's still not.
He's not
Anyway,
Ablett, but he's...
he's
No,
talented.
O'Meara could towel us. O'Meara could possibly
Sleeping at
towel
one
us.
point.
I think we'd let him run riot.
Contract offer under in his locker before the match and see if he
Yeah.
distracts him.
I think we'd let O'Meara run riot, and then get in his ear and say, "Oh, how good is playing at Subi? Why don't you come home?" And then sign him for 10 years.
That's actually
That'd
a
be-
good ploy,
Can't-
but...
Let's see how that could possibly
Because
go.
that's legal and that can happen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's what happens on the field stays on the field, huh? Just get a few of the boys in his ear.
Yeah.
What about that little bloke? What's his name? Hall or something? He's going to be Dalhouse, isn't he? Same thing.
He'll be the second.
We can just stick
second
Ashley.
Gary Ablett Junior.
Yeah, true. We can stick Ashley Smith on him and say use your speed, sunshine, and watch him jog all over the place.
How rubbish is
Guy has
actually?
speed.
He's
He's
terrible.
a shit player.
He is terrible.
He probably could be alright though. He just does not give us stuff, or it doesn't look
Get
like
a
he.
haircut.
Well,
I don't care about his hair or his tattoos or about anything
I
else.
do.
Just, well,
I care about
just
his
put
hair.
some effort in. Just some effort.
Superficial.
He just doesn't look like he's trying half the time.
Yeah.
And,
Well, that-
and then
You're
on the odd
suggesting that half the
occasion,
time he does.
on the odd occasion he does do something really good, he still manages to find a way to fuck it up. I mean, he had that, I think it was in the last quarter, where he got the ball on the wing and took a couple of running bounces through the centre, and it was like, oh, look, he's doing something good, and then he shanked the kick and kicked it out of bounds on the full instead of kicking a goal. I mean, I think someone, I don't know who, someone made a comment in the game day thread. It's just that passage of play summed Ash Smith up perfectly, that he looks like he's got all the tools to be something really special, but he just lets you down.
Forgot to do the apprenticeship.
Yeah.
I'd trade him. I'd get rid of him.
No one's going to want him, though. What are we going to get for him?
Hairpiece.
I don't know.
If we got a third round draft pick, if we got a third rounder for him, we run, take it and run, because I can't see anyone else giving us. But the shame of it is, he's got the raw ability is there. And I don't know if it's because it's a lack of confidence or just a lack of application, but he just doesn't look like he's ever going to reach his full potential. I mean, as much as we all laugh at Alan Selwood, I mean, if Ash Smith had the application that Adam Selwood's had throughout his career, he'd be all Australian halfback flank, because he's got all the tools. He just doesn't use them.
It's a shame though, because he's such a nice guy. I mean, he adopted a deaf cat.
What?
But I think, no, seriously, I think the epitome of what his work ethic is like was on display when Josh Kennedy ran. I can't remember who it was down, but ran one of their players down from miles away, and Ash Smith started in front of him and just jogged along on the wing, and Kennedy just, he was the one that was showing the effort, and he's meant to be this quick player, and he shows us none of that.
Yeah, I think there was another one. I think it was on our half forward line, and Mitch Brown actually made a good contest and held the Bulldogs player back with a really good shepherd, expecting Ash Smith to run onto the ball, and Smith just kind of stood there and looked at him like.
Yeah, some people blame Brown for that.
Yes, that's the amazing thing. Some people were going.
People will go, oh, bloody hell, Brown again, go for the football. Okay,
yeah, he's like shepherding a bloke off so Smith can get it and run off, and he...
Bad communication, though, isn't it?
Kind of casually, as looked at the siren that sounded, he was just deciding to go and pick the ball up at some stage.
What was this about a deaf cat?
He has a deaf cat. That's all there is to it.
Yep. And he made it like somebody said, "Oh, does the cat tell you what? Or can the cat hear this?" And he goes, "Nah, it's deaf, mate."
How does he know? He might just be a lazy cat.
Yeah.
Nah, it's deaf, mate.
Well, that is the thing. How do you know if the cat's deaf? I mean, it can hardly tell you.
If you walked up behind it and popped
Because
the
it
balloon.
does sign language keys.
No, I think he'd be able to tell.
No, I think what
Because
you're saying,
tell-
yeah, pop a
Because they can't
balloon
quite
behind
speak
it and see
English
if it
right either.
jumps.
They can't quite speak English right either, so you can tell when it starts talking. You can normally tell in the voice.
I think if it starts talking to you, there's probably some more issues than a deaf cat going on.
Or maybe that's why he's pretending. He's actually got a miracle talking cat.
Shh, be quiet, kitty.
Yeah. You're deaf, remember?
Get back to bed.
Hey, I think we've just found the title of this week's podcast too. That's great.
Deaf cat.
What? Coxie's a wanker.
Hey, that's not very nice. Be nice to our guest.
Use his real name.
Hello,
Oh,
Matthew.
Oh, you do know?
Good mate.
Would you like to go to a private room?
No.
No? Okay.
No,
Been there, done
one's
that.
enough for us.
Right, so who does everyone think's going to win? I'll go with Kyle first, but we kind of know what he thinks.
Well, you just don't obviously listen to him at all. I think we'll win 5 to 10 goals. I haven't changed my tip in that last 5 minutes of waffling.
I thought you might have considered changing it because we've got Ash Smith and his deaf cat.
Yeah, okay.
That's okay.
4 to 8. 4 to 8.
4 to 8 goals, okay? Everyone hearing that? There you
Yep.
go. All right,
What?
Keys?
Gold Coast by 3 goals.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Hey, don't question the tip.
I tipped Bulldogs last week. I got 9 out of 9 on my tipping last week.
Did you win a Whopper?
Yeah, no, not up here. We don't have Hungry Jack, so I don't. No good for me.
You sounded so excited, Kyle. Did you win a Whopper?
Give it to me!
Heavy sauce,
Please
heavy
tell me
mayo.
I love
Please tell me you
Whoppers.
won a Whopper.
Extra pickle.
Claim it!
Coxie.
I'll go West Coast by not much.
Not much is more than
That's
0,
not a number.
but less than lots.
Let's go 15.
15.
10 goals.
Yeah.
You know why? It's
Good
Tom Swift's number.
Oh, is it really?
Oh, what a surprise.
Well, it's not going to be 37 points. So you gotta
So we're going to beat Gold Coast by Tom Swift.
Yes.
That's his last
Leading.
game for the club?
What?
I'm sorry. I just asked a question that I'd be the only person here to know the answer to.
What? Well, you can answer it, was it?
No, I think it was the Sydney game.
Thanks
So
for
that's
being
the
on
fact
this
of the week. What's your tip, Dina?
Good segue. I think we'll win, but I don't think we'll win well. I think we'll win by about 18 points. 3 goals? Let's say 3 goals.
Rowan Jones.
week. Or 18
Yeah, well, let's
points.
say Rowan Jones. Let's say Ebert, old style Ebert. Let's say Jones.
Who's the man?
Is there an 18 now? Is it Sinclair?
Yeah, it's Razzle.
Razzle.
Oh, Razzle. Yeah. Oh, well, we'll definitely win by Razzle.
Definitely
Win by Razzle.
Win by Razzle. Oh, I better do mine because I don't want to be left out like Kyle was that time.
Go on.
Oh,
I reckon the Suns by 12. By Sharad.
But Sam Day
Probably.
is now.
Is now.
I don't understand.
Suns by
You
Sam
guys
Day.
are flogs.
No, I was just being realistic, I think.
I don't think you are being realistic.
Yes, very realistic.
That's your tip, you know.
That is my tip.
On your head be it.
But if I change my tip between now and Saturday, is it Saturday or Sunday we play? We've got another Sunday game.
What do you mean? We're recording this right before the game.
This is live.
And we're just completely guessing the
Cool,
team
what a
selections.
pick by Selwood.
Oh, Nikoski's back here.
Now it goes
Awesome.
for a hanger.
Oh, Swifty's
He's
out there.
broken his neck.
How did
Oh
he?
boy, wowie.
Q-Stick's back. Awesome.
Say that again.
How bad's Q-Stick gotten, also? I'm happy to say I called that. I said that was going to be a rubbish trade because he's a bloody dinosaur. He's been terrible.
Wasn't a trade,
You
though.
started it.
Probably right, it was a rubbish trade.
Yeah,
Or whatever it was. Oka.
Free
They
pick up.
took him for free.
poor Lynchy.
Oka is your real name. No, he's been
Right.
rubbish.
Oka.
I've been very happy.
What? Ah,
Okay. Yeah, Lynchy. Poor Lynchy. He was a good player for us, but...
A few years ago, yeah.
he's a serviceable player.
And I'll say, everyone loved the Q-Stick. Everyone loves
Extra.
Q-Stick. Yep. The glove. All right.
Yeah, well, jeez, what a fad.
That's not very nice. Hey, post of the week. I didn't tell you about this, Coxie, sorry.
I'm the only one that's got one.
Oh, yeah? Oh, well, there you go. Well,
What are you talking about? We've only just met. We've not discussed anything before this.
I'm psychic.
Oh, there you go. No, he listens.
Psycho.
He listens to the podcast, so he knows what happens at the end. Right, so you go first. Then we'll give you the honour of doing that.
All right, mine's from the James Heard on Us in 2012 Something Dodgy thread. WCE Brody tweeted. Sorry.
Tweeted. Flog.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely not looking at Twitter while you guys are talking.
Not at all. What did
What?
what did he post?
Hashtag return the wings. He posted, "We must not have been doing it right." Now, that's not the post. Hang on, there's a twist. Champ Reevesby quoted it and said, "Like your avatar, Natanui me carts looks ripped." Which I don't know if he was being facetious, but is kind of hilarious considering what the thread's about.
Well, that's a lot. That's a
drug.
loser this week. So
We
We're
don't.
not going to come last, boys.
even if that's the only one, it's gonna lose.
I think mine's pretty poor, so there we go. I'll do mine now just to get it out of the way because it's crap.
Probably.
It is from the autopsy vent thread. It was posted by Jordan WCE, who's a funny bugger at times. He's got a picture of
Good old Jordan.
Steve Carell with a do-rag on his head.
He's a good one.
And what he's done is he's posted a picture of a vent.
Oh, I remember looking at that, and it took me like 30 seconds to get it.
Yeah, that's clever.
I thought it was a drain.
A vent in a vent thread. All right, move along. Kyle.
Let's do keys first.
All right. Keys.
Okay, yep. Well, mine is in the Wishart thread by
Stall.
the mod's favourite, Eagle 87.
Uh-oh.
Most
Could
of
be
it.
anything.
Which I'm actually just trying to find. But he's a poster who can be somewhat abrasive at times.
No way.
The world's angriest
he's,
man.
He's a well-known fan of Matty Priddis. He's his biggest supporter,
Cheer squad.
cheer squad. But he does come up with some good posts. And now I'm just trying to... Okay.
Sounds like you're nodding off.
I was trying to find the
Fell
post,
asleep for a
all right?
second there.
It's exciting.
If
Not the
I
worst.
had his ready, I'd be all right. But bloody trying to find it on a phone. Okay,
You got it?
yep, got it. And it's not pleasant reading, but it is honest in relation to our performance over the last few years. What have we achieved? The aim was to rebuild a class midfield via the draft. We whiffed far too often on top 25 picks. The strategy per Whoosh was to have this side competing for a flag in 2 to 3 years from the end of 2010, and when he got his extension he said he should be judged on that after the 3 years. We had a 2-year period where we were good against poor and middling sides and struggled big time against the best sides, particularly outside Perth. This was despite getting stellar contributions in one or both of this years from Cox, Kerr, Embley, Glass, Nico, all of whom are almost done. We've also seen the best of Ace Elwood, Butler and likely Waters. So we failed to meet any of our aims and we are left with a middle-of-the-road midfield, the impending departure of a number of veterans who are or have been elite, and we have a half-assed game plan and a poor tactical coach. Things are bad. And he goes on to remind us of why we're all bad, and to save everyone listening to the podcast slashing their wrists, I'll stop there. But it was
Pretty frank
there's a
assessment.
few home truths in there that would be well to remember, considering our hopes over the coming years and whether or not Worsfold's the right person to continue to get.
Yeah, he's a much maligned poster, that
successful
guy.
one.
He's a good poster. He's just a bit of an angry silly.
I like the way
I've
you
got one now.
self-censored. Great, go.
Huh?
Go, read your
my
post.
You've got
Oh,
the
yeah,
floor,
yeah.
mate.
I've got the floor. Oh shit!
No
I'm
dead air,
imagining you
boys.
all naked. So, again, this is in the autopsy thread against the Dogs. This was done by who I think is a very good poster, Tiff. He's a very good guy. He's a funny bastard.
Tiff Popo.
Tiff Popo. Now, I have a feeling he's had 1 or 2 VBs, so he's absolutely maggot at this stage. It's all in capital. You got to get your Natanuis ready on this one, QS.
Okay.
Bring back, fucking original Guernsis, you sillies. I have watched Australia get meg recessed by the fucking Poms. Ink the circuit. Now this club is being riven into the ground by people accepting mediocre Tory. I've also haven't had sex in ages. You.
He's a tradie, isn't he?
Oh.
all in capitals letters, except for the word silly that ended with capital S.
Capitals letters. I quite like that one. Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to win. I've struggled to find anything quality this week. You guys have been letting me down. At the last moment, I found a post from the Pritis thread, which so the initial post that was quoted was by Jason223. He asked, Pritis v ACell in a running race, who wins? Sent from my iPhone using Tablet Talk 2. Not overly concerned about that. And Champ Reesby's answer to the question, Pritis versus ACell in a running race, who wins, is their opponents.
Yeah.
Which got a chuckle and got me out of a jam, as in I had something to say here.
Very nice.
Thanks, Champ.
I'll vote for Tiff.
Yep. Well played,
Yeah.
Tiff.
Tiffy.
Alcoholism at its finest.
Two BBs.
Remember, kids, don't drink and post.
Tiffy wins.
Well, on his clean table as well.
Yes.
And his nut.
Whatever happened with him and his housemate?
Do not know.
Probably he was waiting for her to go to sleep.
I think we should terminate that line of discussion right there.
Allegedly.
I think
That's
Keys
a true story. He said it.
Keys gone a bit quiet in the background, but look, we'll wrap it up, guys. Thanks for coming on, Coxie. It's been a pleasure to have you. With my fingers crossed.
Don't lie.
No, really, it has.
You're still lying.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, mate. You're a definite pleasure, and you're not welcome back.
Okay. Thanks, Kyle.
You can come back. And let's just before we go as well, say everyone that listens, so that's Coxie, get into this campaign that we're doing to get these, getting back to what made West Coast a proud club and something that really brought the fire out is the yellow peril, and return the wings. Got to see him back.
Hashtag return the wings
that
on
one.
Twitter.
And get on Facebook. Return the Wings is also
On Facebook, everywhere, contact the club.
I think has
Support
someone
it.
made a MySpace page?
Coxie just wants friends, guys. Don't listen to that one.
Do you guys do a MySpace?
Yeah.
I have more Twitter followers than you, don't I, though, Dane?
Yeah, I think you do. That's because you're supposed to dribble about Lost 24/7.
I've got 9 followers.
That doesn't get me followers, pal.
Let's compare Twitter schlongs.
Quality over quantity, mate. That's what it's all about.
All right,
It's
guys.
not how small my schlong is, it's how I use it.
And we're not going until I find out who has more followers.
Okay, I'll tell you what you have. I've got 137. How many do you have?
More than that. See you guys.
All right. So Coxie's a more popular bloke in the Twitter sphere.
Yeah, definitely. No need to double check
Yeah,
it.
he's only got 96 followers, by the way.
Really? Hang on, I'm going to
Right,
look for him now.
that's all the time we have. Thanks for joining us. See you next week.
Yep.
And the official answer is 96. Bad luck, Coxie. On your bike, son.
Dog
By the way, I'm
wins.
close to 100
Big claps
followers.
for Dean.
Oh, back to the pavilion. Piss off, you're out.
All right. We'll see you later, guys.
Thanks, guys.
See you
Fuck you
guys.
all.